The handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and his elder brother Raila Amolo Odinga in March 2018 changed the political landscape in this country completely. And from that time up to now, the politics of Kenya has never been the same. But when that handshake happened, most Kenyans were very keen on how key political players from Jubilee side and from the NASA side were going to react to that handshake. On NASA side, most Kenyans really wanted to see how NASA principals were going to react to that handshake. Because remember, we had one of the most divisive elections in this country. On the other side, Kenyans were really eager to see how two individuals were going to react to that handshake. William Ruto. Because you all remember that during 2017 election, William Ruto was basically the face of Jubilee campaigns. He was the guy who was responding and dealing with Raila Amolo Odinga. And the other person who Kenyans were eagerly waiting to see how she was going to react was Anne Waiguru. Anne Waiguru was a cabinet secretary for devolution. But she was removed because of Raila Amolo Odinga. So when Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga had that handshake, Kenyans really wanted to see how Ruto and Waiguru were going to relate with Raila Amolo Odinga. But the two individuals took different directions. William Ruto chose to oppose the handshake. But Anne Waiguru became the first governor from central Kenya to visit Raila Amolo Odinga at his Capitol Hill office in Nairobi, and followed what Uhuru did and had handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga.
With the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. We all understand that Raila controls roughly half this country, and anyone who imagines that you can actually lead this country without his input or his supporters' input, I think we will be denying a fact. And so what we've said is that we need to be realistic, because Kenyans have said that they would like to see other tribes also involved in terms of the leadership of this country. And as a Mount Kenya leader, I know that we have very many votes, and we would also want to be participating in this leadership. And the most sensible thing to do to ensure that there's national cohesion and representation of regions, different regions, at the helm of this country, where they hold each other accountable, is the expansion of the executive. The expansion of the executive requires another 3 seats. That's very few seats, because we're going to be reducing all the other seats, elective seats. We have about 290 constituencies, but we have over 400 members of parliament. So we will be in the overall reduction will not be negated by the increase of the 3 seats.
That's how the politics of this country changed from that moment. But who is Anne Waiguru? When President Uhuru Kenyatta and the Deputy President formed their first government in 2017, the names of the people they named in that first cabinet shocked Kenyans. On that cabinet, there was a lady called Anne Waiguru. Most Kenyans had not known who Anne Waiguru was. But within a very short time, Anne Waiguru became a clear favorite of the president amongst all the other cabinet secretaries. And within no time, the Ministry of Devolution started taking limelight through the NYS program. And that confirmed something, that Uhuru Kenyatta and Anne Waiguru were very close, or are still very close. So when Anne Waiguru the other day made a statement that Uhuru Kenyatta will not support his deputy in 2022, then I knew that Anne Waiguru was not speaking for herself. She was basically speaking for his boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta. She was sending a coded message from President Uhuru Kenyatta to his deputy. And of course, it's not something new. The president himself has pronounced himself on this matter, that he is not going to support the deputy president. And basically, he just said he doesn't have a clear favorite. While we know the president was very clear that Uhuru Kumi, Ruto Kumi. And Anne Waiguru was very clear that there's no saying that they didn't say. It's not, Anne Waiguru is confessing that she's not saying that they didn't talk about 10-10 or Kumi Kumi. But what political lessons can we learn from that statement by Anne Waiguru? In my view, we need to learn two political lessons as a country, especially as a voter. The first lesson we must learn is that in politics, there is nothing called debt. So if you enter any agreement with anybody in politics, that agreement must just serve that interest at that particular moment. No need of the future. And that's something which William Ruto and his allies are learning the hard way. So that in future, when a politician will come to you as a Kenyan and tell you that Raila Odinga is running for the presidency, but is promising some other person there the vice presidency in 2027, then Kenyans should not listen to that, because in politics, they are not dead. The second lesson that we must learn is that in politics, there are no permanent enemies. So as a Kenyan, before you fight your fellow Kenyan over politics, if you support William Ruto, before you attack a fellow Kenyan because of Ruto, or if you support Raila Odinga and you attack a fellow Kenyan because of Raila Odinga, then know that you are not wise. You are not wise at all. Because tomorrow, these two individuals or these different people will sit together and craft and plot again on how they can cheat you. So today, I want us to go into details and try to understand the coded message which Anne Waiguru was sending to the Deputy President, William Ruto. But before we do that, if you are bumping on this video for the first time, I just want you to take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time you produce a video like this, you get notified. Now, back to the main issue. Anne Waiguru was very clear this week that if you were Uhuru Kenyatta, today the DP would not be serving him. But of course, we know the presidency and the deputy presidency are constitutional offices. The president cannot fire his deputy. But Anne Waiguru is also very clear that they are not going to support the deputy president in 2022. And if you study her speech is revealing to us two things. Probably the two reasons why Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to support the deputy president. The first reason is the early campaigns. The moment Raila Odinga had the handshake with the deputy president, with the President Uhuru Kenyatta, the deputy president escalated his campaigns across the country. But the president was not pleased. And the president kept on telling him, stop these early campaigns. He refused. So Anne Waiguru is revealing to us that Uhuru was not happy with the deputy president because of the early campaigns. These statements were uttered by Anne Waiguru herself in Kirinyaga during BBI meeting on Thursday. The other thing which Anne Waiguru revealed, why Uhuru Kenyatta is basically dumping his DP, is because the deputy president is bribing Mount Kenya leaders and inciting them against the president. Basically, Anne Waiguru is saying Uhuru is the president. The DP should not go to that extent. I listened very keenly to what Anne Waiguru said. And I can only conclude that those are the two reasons why Uhuru Kenyatta is now dumping the deputy president. But the coded message are the following. The message which Anne Waiguru was sending to the DP. The first message is that Uhuru is not going to support William Ruto. That one, you take it or you leave it. And we've consistently said here. In fact, when I started saying that Uhuru was not going to support the DP, many people on this platform, especially people who are sympathetic to the deputy president, they believe I was unfair to the deputy president. And I remember reminding them that what I was doing on this platform was simply to try and highlight politics in a very simple way. And Anne Waiguru is telling the DP and his allies that Uhuru Kenyatta is not going to support you, despite the fact that you supported him for 10 years and he was also supposed to support you for 10 years. So that's the first message Anne Waiguru delivered very well to the DP. Number two is that Central Kenya will chart their own political path. Central Kenya will chart their own political path. And the DP should be afraid. Because in 2013, there is a guy called Mutahi Ngunyi. Mutahi Ngunyi stated something about the tyranny of numbers. And that was used to sanitize Uhuru and Ruto presidency in 2013. Again, in last year, the same guy, Mutahi Ngunyi, was very clear that you can only rent a Kikuyu. You can't buy them. For those who followed NYS, when Anne Waiguru was the boss there, there's nobody who benefited from NYS saga in the name of consultancy like Mutahi Ngunyi. Basically, the system rewarded Mutahi Ngunyi for that tyranny of numbers through NYS tenders. And that exact thing which is happening now. He's a pro-system and is telling you guys that you can only rent these people. And the fact that you can link Mutahi Ngunyi to Anne Waiguru and you link to Uhuru Kenyatta, you know there's a narrative. So that's the second coded message. That's Central will chart their own political path. Number three, which I think is also affecting Raila Odinga, Anne Waiguru alluded to the fact that Central Kenya will remain in government. They will not allow power to get out. But how are they going to retain that power? How are they going to ensure that power is retained in the House of Mumbi? Is it through this Building Bridges initiative? So that we are going to have a prime minister, then they are going to have one man, one vote song they've been singing, or are they going to front someone else away from Raila and Uhuru and Ruto? I don't know what you think, but something tells me that Raila Odinga must be very careful. These guys must use him and then he will be dumped. The same way they've dumped the DP. The only hope is that for Raila is that there's no way the system can dump Ruto. Ruto is outside there in the cold, and on this other side they're also dumping Raila Odinga. It can't happen. They can only dump one at a time. I don't know what you think. But in my view, those are the coded message which Anne Waiguru delivered. And if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I just want you to do me a favor. Just one favor. Hit the subscribe button. so that next time we produce a video like this one, you get notified. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thank you guys for your continued support. Without that support, this channel will not be here. And just like I said the other day, yesterday, the BBI meeting is going to happen today in Meru. And we are going to monitor it very closely, especially the speeches by the leaders who are going to speak. And what are the demands of the people of Central Kenya? Because the demands of the people of Central Kenya, especially on the structure of government, is going to play a key role finally when the final BBI report is going to be brought to people. And with the allies of the DP, attend that meeting. So I want you guys to help me understand that meeting by following it. Then you drop your comment here, or for those of my WhatsApp number, tukutane kwa WhatsApp. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.